what is the kind of potential you now see, having put Gift City on the road to success? It's now a reality. We see what is going on around us, which is why we decided to have this event here. And we want to understand from you what are the next steps you see happening here?
The initial thought process which drove the conceptualization of this venture was basically the fact that many of our Indian businesses left Indian shores for various reasons, for taxation or for finance or maybe ease of doing business and so on. So for over the last several decades, it was in several sectors. It was just not confined to one sector. Maybe shipping, maybe things like maybe fintech in recent times, and so on and so forth. So this kick-started a process of thinking, which led the government to consider providing the same kind of policy environment that obtains in many of these jurisdictions where such kind of enterprises from India have gone and established. So that so therefore our tagline kind of became onshoring what is offshore. So that's what has been the main task before us over the last several years. So since 2019, when Parliament enacted the International Financial Services Center Act, the thought process was to build regulations which were kind of benchmark to all these jurisdictions we're looking at, either Singapore or Dubai or London or places like New York and so on and so forth. So our regulations have not mimicked the domestic regulations, which have their own kind of compulsions and so on and so forth. So ours is largely principle based. So we have about 28 regulations covering banking, insurance, finance, capital markets, etc. And as a consequence, I think let me also state what we have achieved in the last 3 years. As a consequence of these regulations, and the policy that has been put in place. The policy means policies providing carve-outs from certain laws of the Government of India, and also a tax policy, a coherent tax policy. So both these put together have delivered, I think at this point of time, we have about 600 plus entities who are registered with us. And we have, out of that, I think I would say the most significant are about 26 bank branches, having a book size of almost like $56 billion. And there are about 113 plus fund managers registered with us, and 105 alternate investment funds. And the capital market today, we have 2 exchanges which trade on largely now, as of now, the stock index futures, the Nifty 50.
Right.
And we are also have an active bond market, where the current outstanding is nearly about $56 billion. So a lot of ground has been covered as of now, I think. And this is just to state the fact that all these regulations of the carve-outs that the Government of India has provided and the regulations itself have provided the trust and confidence which has enabled these foreign investors and Indian investors to come and set up shop. So this has not been kind of restricted only to the financial sector, because if you look at the industry sectors where companies have migrated to other countries, this includes things like ship leasing, aircraft leasing, maybe things like, say, fintech and so on and so forth. For each of these sectors, we have now put in place a regulation. So we have a ship leasing framework, we have an aircraft leasing framework. We also have thought about the fact that we need to probably look at even talent. So I think we have a universities framework. So this is a wholesome framework intending to provide an ecosystem by itself.